Hello my lovely friends, it's Margaret and I am coming at you with a very special video. This happens to be my 100th
Hey there! Is it? I didn't know that. What a lovely surprise!
I didn't even finish my sentence.
This is your 100th video?
This is my 100th video.
Oh wow, that's fun.
This will be the 100th video that I put on my channel.
Was it the 100th video last time?
No.
I see.
And it's going up on my birthday.
Ah.
Alright, so,
Oh, you're gonna edit this a lot, aren't you?
Yes, I am. So, as I was saying, this is the 100th video that I am uploading onto my channel, and since it is such a very special video that hopefully will be coming out actually on my birthday, I thought I would introduce you to my brother.
Hey.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm the brother of the word nerd.
He's the math nerd.
Yeah, so I'm a physicist. I'm a graduate student up at working on my PhD in network science, which I won't get into. I've tried to explain what I do, and I don't think anyone on the planet understands me, so that's always a good sign, right?
I am listening to you. I'm just trying to find the video because I had the wrong video.
Nice.
He reads a lot of Brandon Sanderson. He's the one that's
really
responsible for
do.
any Brandon Sanderson I read.
I am, and I'm so happy that you actually enjoyed that series. I really am. I have someone else to nerd out with because my other friends who I tried to who actually got me into the series.
You need to follow.
Slow down.
You need to follow Peru's project. She loves Brandon Sanderson.
He's really good at stuff.
Anyways, so introductions out of the way. I thought since he was here for the holidays, this is the second time we filmed this. We filmed it over Thanksgiving, and then Margaret, being the idiot that she is, accidentally deleted it.
This?
I'm gonna admit it.
Nice.
So we don't even remember most of it. We remember I remember 2 of my answers.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was snarky at you about a bunch of things, but oh, I remember some of yeah.
The only one we really both remember is that, but we'll get to that.
I mean, stuff comes to mind.
But it has to do with Batman, which no one is surprised by on my channel. Let me double check that we're recording.
You're not surprised by Batman. Just who knows how many.
You just knocked Bruce over.
Wait,
Okay. Anyways.
Oh, jeez, more Batman.
So today we will be doing the sibling book tag, and it is 8, 9, 10 questions. 10 questions about just siblings and reading and stuff like that. It was originally created by Smell Your Books. I will link her down below. She did it originally with her sister. It was really cute, and you should go watch it.
I prefer to smell my wallets, but books are pretty good too.
You're weird.
Very.
The first question is, what is a book that both you and your sibling have read? Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I mean, I think the one that I did was The Winter Night from, any of the Harry Dresden, the Dresden
I was
Files.
like, what? The Winter Night? I don't recognize his name.
Is it White? No, it's White Knight.
The White Knight, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
It's a procedural little noir thing. And
It's like
encapsulated. It's really interesting because it's like a modern day detective, but then mix in all of the wizardry, and you get to see behind the scenes politics of
It's like adult Harry Potter.
Yeah.
In America.
But also more interesting.
You haven't even read Harry Potter.
I've seen the movies.
Okay, the movies are crap compared to the book. My pick was The Book Thief, because every time I talk about The Book Thief, Hannah actually almost unfriended me over this book.
Wait, why?
Because I told her she should read it, and she's like, is this about World War II? I'm like, yeah, it's about World War II. And she's like, but people die. I was like, well, just about everybody dies in this book, so... And she's like, you gave me a book where everyone dies?
Rudy!
That's a spoiler. Okay, anyways, so we read this as we like to listen to audiobooks together on his Audible, because I moved off of his Audible. And we read this, and it absolutely wrecked both of us. I love it.
I was sad.
I love it. It's a good book.
This one makes me so sad.
Number 2 is a book you want your sibling to read. Do you remember what my answer was for last time?
Oh, no, not even close. I said Annihilation. It was this...
Oh, yeah, I remember. Right. We know what Annihilation is.
Yeah, it's this fun thing following 4 women scientists into a...
Female scientists.
Yes. What did I say?
You said women scientists, and it drives me nuts when people do that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. It follows 4 female scientists discovering this weird... Area X that has had expeditions into before, but everyone kind of ends up either missing or absolutely just cloudy, always mentally broken. So it's this really interesting mystery as you're trying to figure out things before she gets murdered.
You're half sitting on me. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean,
we're siblings. It's
I'm
okay.
half sitting off of the chair, so.
Would you like to switch chairs then?
I'm sorry, I have wide hips. All right.
He's like twice my size.
Pretty thick.
It's alright, some girls like them thick.
Gross.
I'm cutting that.
Gross. Gross. No, that should definitely go in. Gross.
Okay, so my original answer was my book, because you've been telling me for when was the first time I read Way of Kings?
I don't know. The first time you read Way of Kings.
I've only read it one time.
Like
2 or 3 years ago that I read A Way of Kings, and I told him I wasn't reading Words of Radiance until, I mean, I don't feel bad about this because there's going to be 10 books in the series and it's going to go on forever.
Well, only 5 in this series. So.
I wasn't going to read Words of Radiance. Well, it's like 5 and then 5 and they're the same world and something like that.
That's like sequels.
Anyways, that is neither here nor there. My answer last time was that I want him to read my book because he's been telling me he's going to read it for like 3-4 years.
Yeah,
We've gone through 2 drafts since he got it the first time.
An important note is that look at the number of books that I've read since I've started graduate school, which is a very time-intensive commitment.
But I'm your sister.
So?
He was supposed to be reading this over the holidays, and that's why he left this one at home. I'm going to go with The Darker Shade of Magic because I think you would really like it. Okay? Like, this is, like, right up your alley. Like,
yeah.
You would adore this. It's got a fantastic magic system. It's got, like, really interesting characters. It's got, like, a female thief, morally gray. It's got, like, a prince who's a smuggler. It's really great. It's just fantastic.
That's fun. I still have that copy you gave me.
Yeah, I gave it to him for his birthday. I was going to get you the second book for Christmas, but then I was like, if he hasn't read the first book, I'm
I
not
fall
getting
into
him
that
the
too
second
easy
book.
trap of having piles of that pile of book that's like, oh, I need to read this, and then the next one comes out, and then the next one comes out, and then the next one comes out. I just have a pile. It's on the top of them.
Judging you.
But it's a big pile.
I feel like this one isn't going as well for you as it went last time. Okay.
Definitely not.
Next.
You're being so mean to me.
Let's see. Oh, I don't remember what my answer was for this one. Number 3 is a character most like your sibling.
I mean, you were...
It was somebody, and
I had to look it up. It was Marcy or something.
You dragged me for not dating.
Yeah, definitely. It was one of the waitresses from the book Waitress. Which,
you read Waitress?
No, but I've listened to and watched the musical because that's fantastic.
Hold on, let me give me.
So it's a little bit of a cheat, but it's definitely based off of book. And what is her name?
I think I decided you reminded me of Jason Grace because you got kind of like that.
That's kind of what you went for, I think. I don't remember.
The Superman-esque type attitude and.
Oh, I'm Superman?
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, he does have an older sister. He is the younger brother. You do have a scar from when you were 2.
Oh, that's true.
Or 3. I don't know. A mirror fell on him when he was like 3, so he's got a scar on.
I don't think I have that one anymore. I have this scar from when we jumped over the fence, right? Remember with the dog and I spiked myself?
I vaguely remember this. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Jason Grace from the Heroes of Olympus. And you're having to look up her name.
I'm real bad at names, alright? Even worse than anything else. So let's see. Characters.
Oh, crap. I don't remember my answer for this one either.
I believe it's Dawn. You are Dawn.
I was Dawn.
You're Dawn. Yes. She's very nervous, and she apparently, at least in the musical, ends up finally going out with a date who ends up being a pseudo-stalker, but happens to be the love of her life, so, like...
See, I feel like that's exactly the kind of person I would go out with. Not the love of the life thing, but the pseudo-stalker thing. I feel like that's exactly what I would do.
But you know what? It worked out. It's all happy. So,
okay.
What's number 4?
I don't want to fall in love with someone who'd stalk me. Number 4 is a book with a sibling dynamic most like your own. I think I went with like
hard.
Dick and Tim from Batman. I think that's what I went with. I'm trying to remember because like there's not many.
No, I know.
We're Ron and Ginny from Harry Potter. Because you were all quiet and shy as a child, and then you ended up being more popular than I am.
Is that what happened with Ginny?
Sort of. Or it could be Percy and Ron. Me being the straight-laced older sibling. Like, we're definitely various Weasleys at some point. He hasn't read the books. Well, none of the dead ones, though.
Oh, yeah?
What is your answer?
I think I had to cheat a little bit for this one. Yeah, see this? I'm worried that we're going to run into this with... Well, now you're pressuring me and I'm worried like I'm talking as opposed to thinking about the problem.
You apparently don't read a lot of books with siblings.
No, they all die.
How about about we skip this question for you, and we'll come back to it when you have your epiphany.
Well, that's gonna be painful.
Here, I remember your answer for this one. A book that annoyed you.
Oh, you mean this thing? This thing? It's a really good book, but it's also horrible.
I think last time I went with Counter with the Stars, which is still it's the only book I can think of recently that's been annoying, because I've read really good books recently. Mm-hmm. But Counter with the Stars, it's a Christian fiction romance. There were parts of it that I really liked and were fantastic. And I liked the setup, but oh my gosh, some of the way that she just, like, the romance was really frustrating. Like, there were things that are happening. I'm like, considering what just happened to this girl, maybe you shouldn't do this, dude. I understand it's supposed to be sweet and playful, and that's what the author is thinking of, and the character's not reacting like she's freaking out, but I was like, in real life, most women would be freaking out. Question number 6 is a character that annoyed you.
A character that annoyed me. What was that?
I'm gonna go with Iris from Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard, because I don't understand why her point of view was in the frickin' book in the first place. Like, at least Evangeline, I was annoyed by Evangeline too. But at least Evangeline, like, had a purpose.
For me, the character I find most annoying, specifically, I had just watched this play, so I felt like Othello. Othello is the most annoying. And that's really unfair of me. To be honest, the character I find most annoying is any Shakespearean tragic hero.
Yes!
Just
preach!
Frustrating. You know, like, I understand that, you know, theater is what it is, so you kind of have to be a little bit faster with things, but just take a moment and think about what's happening, character. You don't need to strangle your wife. Why? How does this lead to... Oh, okay, you're a little worried about your wife. Murder her! What? What? Who does that?
Yeah, that did escalate really quickly.
Yeah, it really did.
Someone was talking about the fact that if you switch around the protagonists of Shakespeare's tragedies, none of them, they wouldn't be tragedies, because they're smart. It's just, you get the absolute dumbest person for that particular situation is who ends up the hero of a Shakespeare.
It kind of makes sense. Like, Shakespeare was going for a redoing of Greek tragedies, and the idea of Greek tragedies is like, you are who you are, and you always have a fatal flaw, watch out for it, right? So, you know, anyone else outside of that would be like, no, you're being dumb, don't do it. And you're like, oh, you know, sidestep it. But this one character has this flaw, and they're doomed. I
mean, like, Hamlet could have just killed his uncle. It happened all the time back then.
Horrible.
I mean, people just murdered family members so they could have the throne.
It's true.
Question number 7 is a book series you have ups and downs with, but at the end of the day, you love it.
What was I gonna say for that?
I'm gonna say the DC Icons series, and specifically this one, because I liked it. I thought she did a good job with the story. I just didn't feel like this was in Gotham. Like, it didn't feel like Bruce, and it didn't feel like Gotham.
I mean, that happens.
And one of the things about this, specifically with Batman and Catwoman's books, one of the things that bugs me the most is that for both of these books, the love interest, they're trying to create that Batman-Catwoman dynamic, and I understand why they couldn't do it in this one, because she would have been 13 in this book. Mm-hmm. There's a 5-year difference between the two of them. But she's 19 in the other book. And so they're trying to get this Batman-Catwoman dynamic, but they don't want to put both sides of the equation together. Like the love interest in this is basically a carbon copy of Selena. Like, that's the most frustrating thing about, like, I enjoy these, and I think they're great, and Wonder Woman so far is my favorite one. I think they're great, but it annoys me that they're trying to get the same dynamic as my OTP without having both parts of my OTP in that dynamic.
How many OTPs are you on? Although, to be fair, you never did abandon Catwoman and Batman. You just...
I've been shipping Batman and Catwoman since I was 6.
You just got distracted by all of the other things. What's his face is up there somewhere.
Killian?
No, not Killian. Oh yeah, that too. No, Puck, the guy from How to Train Your Dragon.
You mean Hiccup?
Hiccup's up there. The dragon from How to Train Your Dragon.
Toothless.
Toothless.
He's right here,
Toothless
behind your
with the fire
head.
Blast.
Although his eyes are the wrong color.
Where's the other one?
The other one is on my fantasy shelf. What's your series?
I would go with probably The Wheel of Time. I really liked that series, but it is
long as can be.
It's long, and sometimes it can feel a little bit like a slog. The trouble is that he got so entranced with telling the story from so many different perspectives that in the middle, right, like, you've got so much length to cut across, and there's just many strands. So it's like, oh, okay, it's a little bit. And once the story card, kind of comes back together, oh, okay, then this thing links to that thing, and instead of being wide, it's much quicker.
That's how I feel about Cassandra Clare's most recent books. Like, she does such a good job with multiple perspectives, but for me personally, it's just too many perspectives. I'm just like, I don't care about half of these characters.
I know, that's like, you can do some really cool things with having lots of characters, but at the same time, it's just like, no! Get to the Dark Lord already, I want to watch it happen!
He's come up with an answer for question number 4, which was the sibling dynamic.
I just want to splice this in.
Oh, we're doing this exactly in order. Like, I'm not splicing this in.
Oh, you're not doing it?
Yeah, we're just going to do this exactly in order so we can see how everyone can see how messy you are.
Oh, no. This is why you don't put me on the spot like this. Anyways, so this counts because it's kind of it's a comic book eventually, so it counts, but definitely Sokka and Katara from Last Airbender.
Yes! Oh my god!
Like,
that is perfect!
100%. We're particularly like at the beginning where we're just like, no. She like whacks me in the face with magic water all the time.
I mean, I've never actually done that, but I could totally see myself throwing a fit because you weren't feminist enough.
Oh, gross. What? That seems unfair.
I mean, do you think you were as feminist as you could have been when you were 16?
When I was 16? No.
Exactly. I mean, I wasn't
also,
as feminist as I could have been when I was 16 either. Or 18. I would have been 18. I would have been 4. I'm older than he is by 2.5 years.
I wasn't as much trouble as I could have been.
No, you were actually one of the good guys. You didn't stand outside you didn't stand at the window at Chick-fil-A staring at the girls' boobs. Yeah, that was John and a couple of other kids that I don't remember their names. I only remember his name because I have him on Facebook.
I mean, you enjoy a subtle glance, make sure you don't make it their problem, and then move on. It's fine. It's fine.
If only more guys thought that way.
Chick-fil-A was fun. I touched more butts than ever, and it was like, oh, okay, never mind. Who cares about butts? There was
a lot of bodily contact at Chick-fil-A, especially with me because I moved around so.
Oh yeah, we would
we both did okay. There's a position called bagging, and so you have someone who's putting all the food in the bag for drive-thru and someone who's putting all the food in the bag for inside, and you're constantly like going in and out, and like especially if you're the drive-thru bagger, and I was the drive-thru bagger a lot. I have been touched in more places by more people that I barely knew.
I mean, I learned a lot about myself in that time because of that. Like, you know what, dude butts feel the same as girl butts. Oh, all right, it's a butt. Cool. Turns out I'm kind of agnostic when it comes to butts.
Anyways, I mean, it's really funny because the guys would always be so scandalized that they'd elbowed you in the boob.
Oh yeah, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
And I just be like, it's fine, it's my fault, I came into your space. Like, you were not allowed, when you were bagging, you weren't allowed to have any personal space. No. Like, it didn't exist.
Terrible position.
It didn't exist. Oh, I loved it, it was fantastic.
I mean, fun.
It was the best position there. Question number 8 is a book series you know in and out. Move out of the way.
What?
Oh. Right there.
Oh, I see, I'm being pushed.
Percy Jackson.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Wow. You know what? Okay, so I knew she had this collection, and then I was like, oh, okay, she's got that, but no, this and this. Well, I think I bought one of these for you. Anyways.
You bought this one for me.
It's quite impressive.
I still need the second one in hardcover. Yeah, I have 3 different versions of The Lightning Thief.
I didn't realize it was quite so extensive. So, my answer is, as we have alluded to, and you have heard it, is the Stormlight Chronicles by Brandon Sanderson, specifically starting with The Way of Kings. I've poured over that book. And the subsequent 2, Words of Radiance and Oathbreaker, so many times.
So many times.
There's the world that he builds is just so elaborate and deep, and there's so much that he knows that he's actually thought of, and it's like, oh, I know how this works, and then he just gives you, a 100th or just a little sentence that kind of alludes to this thing that literally would connect the entire tissue together, and you're just like, what? But how? You just see a small piece.
So he has time to read 3
I used to
30-hour audiobooks multiple times, but he has yet to read mine.
I mean, I haven't listened to... I've listened to Oathbreaker because I had to when it came out while I was in grad school, but I haven't listened to any of them since then.
His priorities are all screwed up.
I don't have any other books right now. What do you want from me?
prioritize reading more. So question number 9 is split into 2. There's an A for the older sibling and a B for the younger sibling. And so the question for the older sibling is a character you want to protect. What character don't I want to protect, guys? Who, oh my gosh, I don't even know who the most recent one is. Like, who do I feel the sorriest for right now?
Tad?
No, not really. I do horrible things to Tad.
Gross.
What was I reading most recently? Oh, any of the Blackthorn children from the Dark Artifices series. Any of the Blackthorn children. I just want to take them all under my wing and, like, make it so nothing bad ever happens to them again, because enough bad crap has happened to them over this series. Like, one of them doesn't even make it out alive. It's like, for the younger sibling, a character you look up to.
Oh, yeah. So that would be probably Kelsier from another this. Brandon Sanderson classic, the Mistborn trilogy. Specifically, Mistborn, the first one. I'm sorry you were upset with it. It was artistic and pretty.
I mean, it was artistic and pretty, but it's a stupid ending.
But the charisma of that character and the raw ambition and drive and smarts to craft the plan that he puts together.
I feel like I should be worried about you. Ambition and drive.
I know, right?
Boy.
You know, charisma. Charisma's nice. I would like to inspire people one day.
Okay, there's a difference between inspiring people and wanting charisma so that you can trick and swindle them, which is what Kelsier does.
It's the same thing.
he is trying to overthrow an evil regime. So.
What do you want? All
right. The final question is question number 10. A character you would want to be siblings with. And we have the same answer for this one.
Yeah.
And that is...
Batman.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
I would love to have the money that he has and the influence and the things he can do in Gotham City. Like, Bruce can go be Batman, and I will run all the charitable stuff and work on the community outreach and all of that. Although I would also settle for being his daughter-in-law, because technically I fictionally am his daughter-in-law. I'm married to his son. Dick Grayson is my fictional husband.
Oh, you Mary Sue, you. Oh, okay. Anyways,
Does it surprise you? Like, I would work beautifully with Dick Grayson.
So, I like Bruce Wayne because then we can just be the B. Wayne boys.
And also, he could work in research and development. He could work in R&D.
I mean, I would just want to use the toys. Someone else can figure them out. As long as I know how the toys work, I don't need to build them. I just want to know how the toys work and then do cool things with them. Which, so, you know.
He's impossible.
An easy answer when it comes to figuring out who you want to be your sibling with. Go with the fun toys.
Bruce does have a lot of fun toys. That is the sibling book tag. Hopefully this isn't a complete mess and I can make this into something usable by tomorrow.
Well, you know
or
what?
By Thursday.
I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is hopefully you don't delete it again. Like, not to call you out since you already admitted, but also, that one was so good. It was so funny.
Only because you got to pick on me the entire time.
Oh, and I like ran all the way into you and knocked you off accidentally. That was fantastic.
You could have done that this time too. You just chose not to.
Well, because last time I didn't know how strong I was going to come in, and that was absolutely on accident.
I mean, I was on the bed. Like, my bed's over here. I was just like, face plant on the bed. Thank you so much for watching. I've forgotten how to,
outro?
I don't remember my outro. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button. I make videos 2 to 3 times a week about books and writing, and I would love to see your lovely face here on a regular basis. My social media is down below in the description box. That is it for now, my friends. I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!